Delivered February 13, 2015, Stanford University, Stanford, CA. First of all, let me thank President Hennessy for not just the introduction but for your outstanding leadership at one of the great universities of the world. I've got to admit, I kind of want to go here. I was trying to figure out why it is that a really nice place like this is wasted on. Young people who don't fully appreciate what you got. It's really nice. And everybody here is so friendly and smart, and it's beautiful. And what's there not to like? I want to thank you and everyone at Stanford for hosting this summit, especially Amy Ziegart. George Triantis, and someone who served as a great advisor to me at the White House. And as an outstanding ambassador to Russia before coming back to the farm, Mike McFall. It is great to be here at Leland Stanford Junior University. And I'm pleased to be joined by members of my team who bleed cardinal red. We're infiltrated with Stanford people. We've got senior advisor Valerie Jarrett. National Security Advisor Susan Rice, Secretary of Commerce Penny Pritzker. So I'd always heard about this campus, and everybody is riding bikes. And people hopping into fountains and the current holder of the axe. This is the place that made nerd cool. I was thinking about wearing some black-rimmed glasses. Some tape in the middle, but I guess that's not what you do anymore. Ambassador McFall told me if I came to Stanford, you'd talk nerdy to me. But I'm not just here to enjoy myself. As we gather here today, America is seeing incredible progress that we can all be proud of. We just had the best year of job growth since the 1990s. Over the past 59 months, our businesses have created nearly 12 million new jobs. Which is the longest streak of private sector job growth on record. And in a hopeful sign for middle-class families, wages are beginning to rise again. And, meanwhile, we're doing more to prepare our young people for a competitive world. Our high school graduation rate has hit an all-time high. More Americans are finishing college than ever before. Here at Stanford and across the country, we've got the best universities. We've got the best scientists, the best researchers in the world. We've got the most dynamic economy in the world. And no place represents that better than this region. So make no mistake, more than any other nation on earth. The United States is positioned to lead in the 21st century. And so much of our economic competitiveness is tied to what brings me here today. And that is America's leadership in the digital economy. It's our ability, almost unique across the planet, our ability to innovate and to learn. And to discover, and to create, and build, and do business online. And stretch the boundaries of what's possible. That's what drives us. And so when we had to decide where to have this summit, The decision was easy, because so much of our information age began right here, at Stanford. It was here where two students, Bill Hewlett and Dave Packard, met, and then, in a garage not far from here. Started a company that eventually built one of the first personal computers, weighing in at 40 pounds. It was from here, in 1968, where a researcher, Douglas Engelbart, astonished an audience with two computers. Connected online, and hypertext you could click on with something called a mouse. A year later, a computer here received the first message from another. Computer 350 miles away, the beginnings of what would become the Internet. And, by the way, it's no secret that many of these innovations built on government-funded research. Is one of the reasons that if we want to maintain our economic leadership in the world, America has to keep investing in basic research in science and technology. It's absolutely critical. So here at Stanford, pioneers developed the protocols and architecture of the Internet. DSL, the first web page in America, innovations for cloud computing. Student projects here became Yahoo and Google. Those were pretty good student projects. Your graduates have gone on to help create and build thousands of companies that have shaped our digital society, from Cisco to Sun Microsystems, YouTube to Instagram, StubHub, Bonobos. According to one study, if all the companies traced back to Stanford graduates formed their own nation. You'd be one of the largest economies in the world and have a pretty good football team as well. and today, with your cutting-edge research programs and your new cyber initiatives. You're helping us navigate some of the most complicated cyber challenges that we face as a nation. And that's why we're here. I want to thank all of you who have joined us today, members of Congress. Representatives from the private sector, government, academia, privacy, and consumer groups, and especially the students who are here. Just as we're all connected like never before, we have to work together like never before. Both to seize opportunities but also meet the challenges of this information age. And it's one of the great paradoxes of our time that the very technologies that empower us to do great good can also be used to undermine us and inflict great harm. The same information technologies that help make our military the most advanced in the world are targeted by hackers from China and Russia who go after our defense contractors and systems that are built for our troops. The same social media we use in government to advocate for democracy and human rights around the world can also be used by terrorists to spread hateful ideologies. So these cyber threats are a challenge to our national security. Much of our critical infrastructure, our financial systems, our power grid, health systems run on networks connected to the internet, which is hugely empowering but also dangerous. And creates new points of vulnerability that we didn't have before. Foreign governments and criminals are probing these systems every single day. We only have to think of real-life examples: an air traffic control system going down and disrupting flights. or blackouts that plunge cities into darkness to imagine what a set of systematic cyber attacks might do. So this is also a matter of public safety. As a nation, we do more business online than ever before, trillions of dollars a year. And high-tech industries, like those across the valley, support millions of American jobs. All this gives us an enormous competitive advantage in the global economy. And for that very reason, American companies are being targeted. Their trade secrets stolen, intellectual property ripped off. The North Korean cyber attack on Sony Pictures destroyed data and disabled thousands of computers. And exposed the personal information of Sony employees. And these attacks are hurting American companies and costing American jobs. So this is also a threat to America's economic security. As consumers, we do more online than ever before. We manage our bank accounts. We shop. We pay our bills. We handle our medical records. And as a country, one of our greatest resources are the young people who are here today. Digitally fearless and unencumbered by convention, and uninterested in old debates. And they're remaking the world every day. But it also means that this problem of how we secure this digital world is only going to increase. I want more Americans succeeding in our digital world. I want young people like you to unleash the next waves of innovation, and launch the next startups. And give Americans the tools to create new jobs and new businesses. and to expand connectivity in places that we currently can't imagine. To help open up new world and new experiences and empower individuals in ways that would seem unimaginable 10, 15, 20 years ago. And that's why we're working to connect 99% of America's students to high-speed internet. Because when it comes to educating our children, we can't afford any digital divides. It's why we're helping more communities get across to the next generation of broadband faster. With cheaper internet, so that students and entrepreneurs and small businesses across America not just in pockets of America, have the same opportunities to learn and compete as you do here in the Valley. It's why I've come out so strongly and publicly for net neutrality. For an open and free internet, because we have to preserve one of the greatest engines for creativity and innovation in human history. So our connectivity brings extraordinary benefits to our daily lives, but it also brings risks. And when companies get hacked, Americans' personal information, including their financial information, gets stolen. Identity theft can ruin your credit rating and turn your life upside down. In recent breaches, more than 100 million Americans had their personal data compromised. Including, in some cases, credit card information. We want our children to go online and explore the world. But we also want them to be safe and not have their privacy violated. So this is a direct threat to the economic security of American families, not just the economy overall. and to the well-being of our children, which means we've got to put in place mechanisms to protect them.